am live talking all things Aston Villa. Starting very soon. Just waiting a minute or so. I'll leave this running for a little bit. Let people get rolling. Okie dokie, it's Aston Villa's trip to FC Basel, the final Europa League game of 2025. Villa looking very good with 12 points, looking to climb up that table, looking to earn 15 points by the end of the year. Most importantly, as we have 2 remaining match days in January, we want to make sure that Aston Villa earn an automatic place and hopefully that top 2 spot as well. But the lineup is Daniel Malen up front, Emiliano Buendia right next to him, maybe right behind him, with Jadon Sancho on the left-hand side and Evan Gesant on the right wing, the Ivory Coast attacker, probably looking at his final matches before he heads to AFCON, if, of course, selected for the Ivory Coast. In the midfield, it's Amadou Onana and Lamare Bogard right next to him as well. On the left, as the left fullback, Lucas Dean. On the right, Matty Cash and Ezri Konsa, of course, next to Victor Lindelof with Marco Bizot in goal. On our bench is strong, obviously, John McGinn, Yuri Tillemans, Ollie Watkins. Andre Garcia returns, by the way. He's fully fit now. Ian Matson, Morgan Rogers, Boubacar Kamara with our academy boys, George Hemmings, James Wright, and Riz Oakley. So to begin with, in the starting 11, it's a rotated squad, and rightly so. Unai Emery is looking to make sure he utilizes the most out of his squad, as, of course, Aston Villa also prepare for West Ham United on Sunday, and, 3 points away from top of the Premier League table. This is a very important December now, looking to make sure to continue to climb. But today against FC Basel, who, by the way, are 25th in the league phase table. So, they have 2 wins, I believe, 3 losses. They haven't exactly been lighting it up. Everything should point to the fact that this should be a victory for Villa. But, we saw what happened against Go Ahead Eagles. So, we shouldn't take anything for granted. Now, let's talk about a few things here. Harvey Elliott. I am, honestly, there is a surprise for me. This whole narrative has been surprising to me because when he arrived as a loan signing, and by the way, let's talk about his situation. It's a loan signing, but it becomes permanent once 10 appearances become. So that has to be part of the conversation right now. He's only made 5 appearances, and I believe that, from a business perspective, Villa and Unai Emery are holding on to make it 10 because then it becomes permanent. So I believe that, one, I don't think that this was necessarily an Unai Emery selection to bring Harvey Elliott in. I thought he was going to light it up. We saw what he did with Liverpool. We saw what he did with the England under-21s at Euros, one of the players of the tournament, if not the player of the tournament. I thought that Harvey Elliott would be a good addition. And to be fair to the player, he's been working and training, listening, being patient. But Unai Emery said it himself, hopefully this gets resolved, whether he's with us or not. So I really see him leaving in January. I don't know where. He can't go to another Premier League team. I don't think he can go to another UEFA team. MLS. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the situation will be, but I will tell you that I'm very surprised that the fact that he hasn't even been needed on the bench. I mean, we could talk about the fact that Emiliano Buendia has done so well because Unai Emery most likely sees him as that 10, right-sided 10. Perhaps on the right wing, but really he's very good on that 10. And so Emiliano Buendia, Morgan Rogers, he's behind that lineup. And it's amazing to me that he's not even considered to be part of the squad. So, we'll have to wait and see there. But I am shocked, honestly, because we know how good he is. And, but it does point to me that this was more of a Monchi decision as opposed to an Unai Emery one. And, I think in January things will be resolved. With that being said, under Roberto Olave, the new director who comes from Real Sociedad, knows Unai Emery well, obviously will be following the guidelines of what Unai Emery represents. Alisson now, the 19-year-old left-footed right winger, should be getting his medical before the end of the month and arriving in January. And this is a very exciting player. A prospect in Brazil, played already for Grêmio in Brazil's Serie A. He plays a lot like Morgan Rogers. He's kind of like a right-sided Morgan Rogers. And funnily enough, he looks like Morgan Rogers as well. But he's got these long, imposing, striding runs. He is a very, very athletic, very talented young man who likes to cut inside from the right wing and really penetrate. He's fast, he's dynamic. He's also very good defensively. So the question will be when he arrives in January, what Unai Emery makes of him. And if he is A, available for the squad, or B, will he go out on loan? I'm hoping that it's the former, that he really delivers, because 10.5 million pounds, including annons, is not just chump change. It is a little bit of money. And remember what happened with Morgan Rogers. He arrived from Middlesbrough and, exactly around the same time, half a season. And I'm not saying he's Morgan Rogers. I'm just saying that, specifically because we need help up front. We only have one natural striker in Ollie Watkins. Daniel Mallon can play that role, but he's not, that kind of player. He can help. He's more like a right-wing supporter that can play a 9, but we need another natural striker, and we need help as well. Evan Kazan, if he goes to AFCON, now we have a lot more help needed on the wing. Jadon Sancho is also a loan at the end of the season. So in terms of prospects, that's exactly what's happening. Roberto Olave is the kind of director that likes to bring prospects, strengthen local talent, and bring prospects. He did it with Martin Odegaard. He did it with Kubo, Mikel Merino, Silva back in the day, David Silva, Alexander Isak. So, he has a reputation for bringing prospects and making them into stars. And whether that becomes a profit in the future, that's for another day. But this is Alisson, so we'll have to see. In terms of today, I expect three points here. I'm expecting for Villa to be defensively solid and get a 2-0 victory. But, things always start tricky at the beginning of matches away from home. So we'll have to see. No injuries, please. No injuries. That's key because Sunday is also very important away at West Ham United. So if there's any questions, please ask them away. But as of right now, we're feeling very good about Aston Villa Football Club. Very good. 3 points away from top of the table. I remember being a young 17-year-old and feeling very cocky and arrogant when John Gregory's Aston Villa were top of the table by Christmas Day in 1998, 1999. And then, of course, Manchester United had their tremendous season. Villa ended 6th. This is different, though. I will tell you that. I think Unai Emery is the best manager we've ever had in the Premier League year. That's how much I think of him. I think it's more about being healthy because we are deep, but we're not that deep. So really it's about containing what we can do. So I will be on Substack a lot, covering Aston Villa a lot. This will be my only and final free video from now on, paid subscriptions, but I'll be putting out lots of content, notes, columns, opinions, videos. So please make sure that you join and spread the word, Aston Villa fan base. Every now and again, I might talk about something different, the World Cup, but really it's 99.9% Aston Villa coverage. So make sure that you follow me here. But that's it. Let's get a good win here. Up to Villa, 3 points. Gary Ellis, thank you for joining. Let's have a cup of tea and up to Villa.